What's up, everybody? Welcome to my toy box. Today we are going to be taking a look at the third installment in the model kit collaboration with Flame Toys and Hasbro, bringing us the Flame Toys Furry model kit, Power Rangers, Blue Ranger, and I have previously built the Black Ranger and the Pink Ranger, and tomorrow we are going to be building the Yellow Ranger around the same time. It may be earlier, but I'll update you on my page if that is earlier, but we're a little bit late today, so let's get right into it. Again, today we're going to be taking a look at this Blue Ranger model kit from Flame Toys. This is in collaboration with Toku Collectibles, and we are going to be doing some really cool things together. And I want to start off with things that I've seen kind of just sitting, and I don't really think people know about them necessarily. There's a handful of people who I've seen build them, but mostly the Red Ranger, and I kind of dig the stylization and the size of these figures, and they're just a snap together model kit. And after building Black and Pink, I am pretty comfortable with building these, so it should be another smooth live build. So overall, let's just jump right into it, really. And everything out. And first thing we're going to do is unclip things, or clip things that are very straightforward and easy to do. The thing I keep messing up on is their legs at this point, so I'm pretty sure I have it down, but sometimes I mess up just slightly. I like that they come with these little trays. Explode. So it comes with a bunch of different hands. You have two fist hands, two kind of open style pose hands. You get two trigger finger / weapon holding hands that have a little cut for the blade blaster. That's the same as that one. You get some relaxed hands, or kind of more relaxed style pose hands. And you also get, I call them the blade blaster accessory hands because they're not as flexible as these others. And I feel like they're specifically meant to hold the blade blaster accessories. You get the belt clip and holster, as well as feet, which are painted on the bottom, which is always appreciated. So we're going to go ahead and cut these little squares off. I found it easier whenever I was doing Pink to just simply use the X-Acto knife, because it is a softer material, and just simply getting it kind of lined up and taking your time. But I'm going to try to speed build this a little bit. It seems like going down is more successful, so I have to cut towards myself for a success rate of a higher percentage. And we're just gonna be building this. Let me know who your favorite Blue Ranger is, or your blue favorite Super Sentai hero. I think mine would be in Power Rangers, TJ from Power Rangers in Space. And then from Super Sentai, it's a good one. Who do I like with blue in Super Sentai? Who is it? Is that hard one, huh? I guess I don't like many blue heroes. Boken Blue, I enjoyed his character. Oh, Joe from Gokaiger. That's dumb. I can't believe I forgot. Yeah, he's my favorite. I just thought it was a really cool character, and the way everything rolled out in Gokaiger is great. So if you haven't watched it, I highly suggest it. Significantly better than Power Rangers Super Mega Force. There's some cool concepts in Super Mega Force and such, and they did a pretty decent-ish, okay-ish job, but I don't know, I'm lying. They didn't really do that good of a job. I mean, it's kind of hard to watch now, but you know, it is what it is. But now we're gonna get into the Blade Blaster, and this is the helmet. I like how they do the helmet. It's pretty cool. how they're just disassembled instead of just kind of being hollow. We're gonna save this till after because they all like go together a certain way, but I do appreciate how these are painted. The one big thing that you'll notice right off the back is the mouth plates are white across the board. It's something that is really easy to paint silver because it's basically already primed, so it's not something that's too difficult. But I really like the way that they did the helmets on the sprues. It's just fun. It's a fun way to come to play, I guess. And then we have the Blade Blaster, which they are different. It's not like exactly how the Blade Blasters look. We'll take a quick comparison with the Lightning Collection Blue Ranger and the SH Figure Arts Blue Ranger. Of course, I have many Mighty Morphin Blue Rangers and such, but I feel like those two are good comparisons for this line. And they're also somewhat modern-ish, but not being a different scale. To a degree, like these figures, I feel like if you have the Thunder Bikes or the Shark Cycles or the original vehicles, the bikes, I feel like they'll scale pretty good. Not perfect, but closer than like Lightning Collection or the Figure Arts, because again, they're slightly on the smaller side. But they have a lot of articulation that is pretty surprising to me. What's the next thing that I wanted to cut out? The lance. So one thing I will note before we even move too much further is it just comes with the separated lance. I don't know what they would be called individually. Somebody can let me know in the comments. But because of that, I only brought the individual forms of the lance for the SH Figure Arts and Lightning Collection, just so it's a more fair, simple comparison. Kind of like what I've been doing with black and pink so far. Just super simple comparison, so you get an idea of like the scale within each other. And last time I did bring out one or two other figures, so you can get a size comparison. My brain's moving faster than my mouth can process what I want to say. And then we'll just get into opening these up. What's really nice about these sets is right here is the arms and legs for the skeleton. So you really, if you like just memorize everything, which I kind of did, it's pretty straightforward. Again, I keep messing up with the legs, but it's pretty easy. If you overthink it is when you make mistakes, and that's what happened to me with black and pink. Black more so than pink. But I know some people are so gifted with building model kits that they can just clip everything off of the sprues and just lay them out and just build it from there. And there's another sprue. And then we got the last one, which is we'll also build some stuff on here too. And then last but not least is the instruction booklet, and it tells you like the parts and how to build it and such. Just kind of basic information if you've never built a model kit before. There's like 3 tips. And I like the Photoshop in the background. You can see the seam line right there for some of the poses, but again, you can fix all of that. If you take a little bit of time, here is the instructions. They're blue. I wonder what color the gate is now. They are yellow now. Yeah, they're yellow now, which is honestly more visible. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Total, there's 40 steps to build this figure, so that's really not bad at all. Again, if you want to double check your parts, it's all right here, but you use everything, so there's nothing left on the sprues or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about it. And now that I'm done explaining all this stuff, then now we're going to build it. So we'll start by doing the belt, just getting it out of the way. And the front. And then we also need this soon, but I'm gonna put it off to the side. Another thing we're gonna do is just cut this off because it only goes one way, essentially. The quality whenever the model kit is built, again, I would suggest if you have any mods that you want to do, like do that before you use hobby glue to seal some of the joints together, because I don't really think there's much else that you'd want to do. I mean, maybe not for the belt, because you can just kind of utilize it. So here's this is all armor, I call it. So you have like the kneecaps, the forearm, the thigh, the shoulder, and then like the lower waist and the crotch area, which we'll get to later. But on these, there's like little extra pieces. I was using these previously, but I damaged them doing something else, so I've been sticking to using the X-Acto knife. And then last time I got it stuck in one of her joints and it snapped off. I mean, Pink's joints, referring to something that you don't know about. But now it's like a flat tip, so I don't cut myself as often, so that's good for what I'm doing. A good thing they sell them in packs of like 10 billion. And the same thing on this side. It is important to do this because it just won't fit together. They'll have gross seams. They still have seams, but you can make it seamless if you put some work in, sanding and stuff like that. Another thing I like about these is they are pinless and they still have better range in certain aspects than some of the Lightning Collection releases. Something that it doesn't really have is like the deep butterfly that the Lightning Collection has, which I really like because you can kind of fudge some things and angles because of it. But other than that, like whenever I was messing around with black after I built him, I was very surprised at where did I put that piece? Oh, it's right here. This morpher got stuck. And this is the skeleton torso, which is pretty straightforward to build. It's the first part you build, and it's definitely the easiest part of the entire build, besides like these little things. The morpher has it's keyed, and if you wanted to add detail, I definitely wouldn't cut it off like I did. Do it first, just make it look easier. And that just plugs on here, and then you come to this part, and what I did last time, which seemed to work pretty decent, is I took tweezers, so there's like a solid foundation to the back, and then I forced it on. There we go. Actually, that one was easier than the others, so that's done, and that's done for now. Moving forward, we have the chest for the skeleton. I feel like essentially we could skip a ton of steps now that I'm more familiar with it, and I would just take more time with the arms and legs, because the upper body is really straightforward. So you have that. And you want this, which is a little hinge for the neck, the hinge ball. Oh my god. Slide that on. And then we need this. No, this. And this one. This is the double ball peg, which a lot of figures should utilize, and they do a decent job implementing these across the body. Am I facing this way? Right? No, I think it's the other way. No, I was right. So there's the lower portion. Then we want this each side. And I think, yeah, we'll put them in this way. With the longer peg facing forward. I should have trimmed that rushing. Now you have that ready to go. It's the like little butterfly cups. And then you simply clamp it all together. And you can clean up any seam lines if you so choose. It does help with the armor fit, because it hugged it pretty tightly. That, and then we'll come to step 3. Some of these are just going to rip off the gate because it's pretty straightforward. And then here, this is for the neck. We're going to cut this off already because I know where it's supposed to go. And cut these off. This is a softer material. It's the material that the belt should be made of, in my personal opinion. It's thicker than this, but the feet and hands are made of this material. Okay, and so it's this side, look this way up, and just slide these into their perspective slots with the holes facing up or down, and then line it up the same right here, and there you have the mid. There's that. Now we will build the lower torso section. And this set doesn't have drop down hips. Pink is limited due to her skirt. She's just always cursed with that because of the skirt. But black, blue, yellow, and red have really good range, essentially because of the same body. I was very impressed because sometimes model kits don't pose that well and sometimes they do, but I'm also just so used to building the Shogogen model kits or Gundam model kits, different grades and such, and some are really good and some look really good and some are super annoying. My least favorite model kit, I'd say, is the this was here. Let's get too far ahead. I know for a fact this is the top. And put this up top. Peg it all together. Just make sure everything lines up right. And put that together. Boom. So there you have the upper torso, and essentially we can start building it. Do it piece by piece. So here's the upper torso. And there is a portion of the torso built and ready to go. We already built the main portion of the skeleton, and because of that, I'm going to skip to just to complete the rest of the body. So all we have to do is focus on the legs, which literally take the longest. Where's one go? One goes in front. This goes in the back. And this is obvious how this one goes. There is extra plastic to be concerned about with the armor. Off the sprue, they call it a gate here. I'm just going to refer to it as a gate. And then you'll get like some extra right here. Normally not so much right there. You can, if you have like a not damaged pair of clippers like I do. You don't necessarily need an X-Acto knife for a lot of this, but since this blade drew blood, I just decided to go with it. Alright. And this goes in front. And we'll peg in here. No, this pegs into the back. Like this. This pegs into the front. Like this. There we go. Back, and this is the front. There we go. Just make sure everything lines up. There we go. And pop this on. Come here. You want this facing like this. And that will slide on top right here. And then this ball joint goes here. here, neck pieces. Moving right along. I think that is something that's kind of nice about Power Ranger figures, is that they are just in spandex of different colors, and a lot of the time the suits are relatively similar across the team. So I'm sure that makes it a little bit easier. Hey now, take this off. This goes right here, and this goes right here. Boom. There we go. And then I guess we could, it says we can. This is a very hard plastic, and then this is very flexy, and I feel like the belt should be like this, but it's not. That's like my only real complaint, because it wouldn't pop the seam so often, because the belt could just be like one of those things that slides up, and I'll show you what I mean whenever we do when we're done with this set, and I can show you Pink and how her skirt is set up. Oh, it's backwards. I was like, no wonder that was so easy. It's because it was backwards. Throw a blade blaster in there. And now we can focus on the arms and finish off with the helmet. So here is the body built, and I'll show you some of the articulation just in the body itself. So at the neck, we have a ball and a pin that's on a hinge that can rock side to side, and the ball is right here, and you have a double ball peg up here. So as it is right now with the armor and arm, you get a decent amount of range moving around. You get the side to side, you get decent forward and back, and obviously up on this top one there's nice range there, and then in the torso with the armor on, it rocks side to side. You get your rotation, and it leans forward. It will kind of crack the belt a little bit, which is why I think it should have been made of like the plastic for the hands, because it's a lot softer. But it has some pretty good range besides this. This will be like the most annoying thing that you experience with these kits, is this friggin' belt, especially on Pink. Oh man, Pink's is super annoying, and it limits her so much, but that is how she is anyway, basically across the board. Unless she's the cloth material. And where am I now? I'm building arms, correct? Yes, we're building arms. My kind of least-ish favorite is the arms and legs. So I'm gonna take a drink real quick, and we're gonna build this. We're gonna build it. If you're interested in this kit or anything else that I have posted recently, I think everything except for like a couple of things like Marvel Legends or so is from Toe Collectibles, and I have a link directly to pick up this kit in the live right now, and then I'll post it whenever we're done. And if I miss your comment, I'm so sorry, but I will do a better job with other style of live videos. Man, I know how it works. First things first is these ball hinges for the wrist and ankles on both sides. It is much done that we don't need to look at the instructions as we can. On Wednesday, I thought I messed up while building Pink because of the lip on these joints, and I was like, oh, should they match up? No, they shouldn't. So I need to stop worrying about that stuff. And these are the hinges for the wrist. And there's that. It's not too tight. do the same thing on this side. Just will make my life so much easier, make this go so much quicker. So just get stuff out of the way. It'd be even faster if they had two separate gates for the arms and legs, because then you could just build them. Like once you saw it once, essentially it's easy. But I don't want to confuse pieces. Right, so we got both wrist and ankle hinges ready. They also provide a pivot. And they actually painted the little nubbin, so you don't have like a weird thing that sometimes other companies do. Granted, this is the model kit, so there's definitely drawbacks. Trust me. Okay, now we're moving on to our very favorite arms, which they're not my favorite at all. I actually don't like this part of the build, if I'm being honest. Alright, so okay. A113, A13, this. And A112, which is the back of the arm. And that will form the shoulder. And then we'll get the same on the other side. They are literally the same. It's not like a left and right type of thing. You kind of just twist and rotate to match. What arm is this? Doesn't matter actually. And this. Okay. It's pretty obvious how those combine. And then we want one, two. We want A12. This little guy right here. Okay. I had to trim that. Didn't cut cleanly. Okay. And then we want these on there. 14 and 15. Yeah. So 15 is on the outside and 14 is on the inside, and then it's reversed for the other arm. And then where is it? Right here, the lower arm. Where is it stuck? Oh. So this is the lower portion of the arm. This is the little cap. Or gap filler, I guess we would call it. Okay. And then these two are all weight. And match the other side with all of the same pieces reversed. This little sucker. hope everybody had a good week. I've enjoyed building these throughout the week. Kind of gave me something to look forward to every other day. I would have had them done essentially, but our work schedules at home are opposite. And then these ones. Still the same way though. Okay. Now we shall assemble the arm, and then we're going to armor the arm on both sides, and we'll do the same thing with the legs. Once we build both legs, we'll armor both legs, and then they'll be assembled. So we take this absolutely tiny piece and make sure it's facing the right way, but there is extra plastic in the way. Come on. Now it's gone. Same here. Now it's gone. Okay, so we want this little corner thing facing away from us, and we'll take this pear-shaped thing and we'll slide that on. And this is where you can check tolerances. If it's too tight, you can shave the tiniest bit out, but I did it with black and I kind of regretted it, so I didn't do it as much with pink. And I had decent results. Now you want to make sure the arm is facing the right way. You want a little notch near the elbow towards the back. Again, check tolerances. If it's just too tight, just sand it out a little bit, or use an X-Acto. Slightly cut the piece, or slightly shave out a little extra plastic in a hole. Very straightforward. I did it a lot on black just to test out, and there's a couple of things that I'm going to test to get a little bit better range, and then I'll probably add a little bit of adhesive so everything stays together more permanently. Okay. Repeat. Take this, want the little divot at the top. And bottom. Put the elbow facing out. Filler and cap. It's essentially the same thing that we're going to do with the legs. Okay. Come back to here. This will be the left arm. And this goes in the back like so. This goes to complete that half. These instructions are much easier to read. The blue, red, yellow, and green make it a lot easier to do this. I think black was just difficult in comparison because it was just black. So that's this arm. Right, and then you build it the same. This is the back. You just rotate it like this, essentially. Get it lined up. Boom, and then just rotate it. Literally, that's what I'm pretty sure we just switch it. Then come to these 5 and 6, and 5 goes in the back and 6 goes in the front, and you want the hole towards the top is what it looks like. Which one is this? This is 5 and 6. It's funny how long it took me the first time to build like this kit style. And now it's very, once you do it once, and since it's basically the same, even yellow is the same, the instructions just kind of are there for reference to make sure you don't mess up. And if you did mess up, where you messed up. Okay, we're gonna end up coming here. I'm not gonna cut them off, but it's like opposite. It's like this and this, and then this and this, or this and this and this and this. I don't really know why. So we take the arm like so, and you'll line up these teeth. There's little grooves and a tiny little piece. And it feels like it doesn't want to fit. And if that's the case, it's probably because the gate left a tiny bit of plastic behind. Because you're not good enough, Kaori. Just kidding. Alrighty, line that back up. Yeah, that's much better. Get this in there. Just kind of fudge that and line it up. Back and sandwich everything together. And there you have the left arm. And we'll add the hinge joint to his wrist. These are the same. Gotta just slide that. Wait. I think the bigger. Yeah. Okay. The left arm, same thing for the right arm. We'll line it up. Line that up. Oh, I see extra. I hope Facebook updates again so they can fix this view, because what you guys are seeing seems really far away, but it's really not. They just want it to be on your front facing camera. It's kind of sketchy to me, like now that I think about it more intently. Like, why do you want to see their front-facing camera so often so you can see our face all the time? I'll show you what I mean about the end of the video. I look so much closer with the front-facing than I do with the rear. Okay, there is the other left arm, and then all you do is essentially rotate this, and now you have your right arm. And the hinge. Right here. I don't think it is. I think it's, I don't know. Whatever. Did I do the same on these sides? Yes. Now we will put the armor on. They're connected. What the heck? Shoulders. Shoulders for the left arm. You got B6 and B8. And 6 goes in front, 8 goes into the back for the shoulder. There might be extra plastic on these, so just be wary of that. The armor is the parts that have the most extra plastic. I'm just going to do it one at a time so I don't mess up like I did last time. I was really just cruising along. I think I talked a lot the first video too, like I was distracted. also didn't really have a theme to this. Okay, and it's the left arm. It's pretty obvious how it goes. There we go. Okay. Same as this. And clean. Boom, boom, boom. Can't wait to eat pizza. Eating pizza. So I have to fix a little bit of this. Yeah, probably. Cut too much off the last one. I didn't cut enough off of this one. And that's why we have this splitter. It's made for Gundams, but it works really well for just about every single model kit. I cut too much out again. It's like your Lego separator. Doesn't always work. Or I was just dumb and didn't know how to use it for the last 2 times. Okay, there's the other arm. Now for the forearms. P7, B9, but 7, but 9. Seven in the front, 9 in the back. It's pretty obvious whenever you take a look at the pieces which goes where, but sometimes we're dumb, you know? Like, oh, I know exactly how to do it. Just kidding. Did it all wrong. Because I was overconfident. I'm kind of just practicing because I have an entire backlog of model kits, so the more I do, the easier it will get. But as soon as I stop, I'll have to start from square one again. I used to build the old Mega Man model kits in the car, like whenever we go to New York City or something. And I always like lose a piece. I don't even think I have like a complete one anymore. I think I basically lost all of them. This goes right here. I have a lot of them still, but none of them are complete. Sad times. And they're stupid expensive. They're called Rockman instead of Mega Man. And I think it was the original Kotu Bayuki kits, where they had like a metal skeleton. And a lot of the time the armor would come with like a regular armor and then like a power-up armor or 2 different forms. Pretty fun. Very expensive. I want some though. Or at least the ones that I used to have. So they're complete. Okay. And the arm pieces. Pretty obvious who goes where, but just to be safe, I'll make sure the numbers at least go where they're supposed to go. Yeah, it's 6 and 7, and then 5 and 8. Right, left for the elbow. Definitely have extra plastic I have to cut off. Nope, not enough. It's either too much or not enough. Okay. I'm surprised the kids that have been outside like all day absolutely screaming. They're just screaming, you know, not like fun screaming, just screaming, and then somebody will not share, and then they'll fight, and they'll just scream at each other, and there's like 6 of them. And they broke the 4-wheeler thing that they just got in like a matter of days. And kids are crazy. Kids are crazy. I was like, dang, that's in a couple of days. I mean, I used to beat myself. I mean, I used to destroy bikes. Like, I'd always have a flat tire or something. I'd like hop up on a curb or something. Oh, I already did this. What did I do? And we'll throw on a hand. Throw on a hand. And our arms are complete. Now we just gotta do the legs and put everything together. Hold the helmet too. I don't want to forget that. Should I do that right now? Yeah, I'm gonna take the head and we're gonna do the helmet right now. Just cut everything off. There's something really satisfying about assembling these helmets. I don't know what it is. If you guys like little helmets, I think building them would be really fun. I know they have like a mask line or a helmet line. I think they mostly do red, and they do Kamen Rider and Ultraman. But maybe little like Gashapon Sentai helmets that are buildable like this would be cool. And that one's done. Clean up the helmet. It's fine. This one had a bunch apparently. Imagine just working on an assembly line, like putting together figures though. Like it'd probably be fun at first, but after a while you're probably just over it, and that's why we have quality control issues, because doing something so repetitively is definitely not up there on like the top 10 most fun I've ever had. This headpiece, and we start with the back of the head, pegging this in here. You then assemble the entire face. That should peg all the way in. Plug the mouth in. Doesn't want to plug in because there's probably something somewhere blocking it by like the smallest amount on the sides. Like an exact fit. There we go. Now it doesn't want to line up. There we go. Everybody else's mouth went on fine. Whatever. Horns. Oh, that's why. Okay, I'm done. I rushed ahead. This is what happens when you rush ahead. Where's my tool? Do I have a boot? Yeah. Damn it. Doing that pretty good. I got to do this off camera. This is what happens when you go too fast. This is all my fault. This is all my fault. I did it. It's all my fault. I'm gonna save it till last then, because now I have to fix it, because I'm dumb and I run too fast. So now we're gonna do the legs. And we're just gonna pretend nothing bad happened. Shh, nothing happened. Hey, Jazz. My poor little eyes are cold. She wasn't even gone. She's like a dog. Little kids are like dogs. They have little nail presents of time. Okay. And watch this. Basically cut everything off this. I don't know. Just cut it all off. Just cut it off. I don't know what I'm doing. There's literally no extra pieces. Just cut everything. Cut everything. Doesn't matter which way they go, because you got to build an arm or a leg. But once you get the arms done, all that's left is the leg. So just cut everything off, except for the painted pieces, because they go in a specific way. What I did wrong last time was I built the knees completely upside down, and I was trying to assemble the knee and the knee wouldn't go on, and that was for pink. And then kind of the same thing with black. I just did a bunch of things backwards and upside down and things, or it just wasn't right. And then I accidentally cut too much out of one of his arm joints, so then it was completely floppy-doppy. Okay, everything off that, and that one is done. And then do the same thing over here. Again, you may need to trim extra plastic off from the sprue, aka the gate, aka the plastic, plastic stuff that has the stuff that you need to use to build and stuff. I'm interested in getting into the YOLO Park model kits. They make a lot of really cool Transformers ones so far, so if that's something that you guys would be interested in seeing, maybe I'll do a live build of those, but I also know that's kind of like a Bionicle. This is kind of like a Bionicle, but you're cutting it off the sprue instead. But there's some like DLX, I think it is, or well, Deluxe, and then there's the smaller, more basic ones. And I know they did a really cool Bumblebee for the Transformers 1 movie. I've seen a lot of people have picked that one up. It looks like it poses the best and just overall looks like the best. So that's probably the one I'll start with. And I also want to pick up that Rise of the Beast YOLO Park Cheetor model kit. I just like the way he looks. It's a very cool looking design for like a robot mode that wasn't really prominent in the movie. And then they're just like, oh, A-Razor? No, she's done. Like, what? Why'd you give us a transforming toy then? She doesn't even transform. Okay. Moving right along, thank you so much for joining. If you've joined in, I'm building the Flame Toys Fry model kit for the Blue Ranger. This is in collaboration with Toe Collectibles, because I want to do more for everyone, and they're the perfect match for me right now. Just overall, and for the last, how long have I been buying from them? Like 13 years. Which is a really long time. Anyway, I first started buying from them around 2010, 2011, I want to say, like Go Kaiser, Go Buster time for Sentai, or what was 2011 was Samurai here, and then Super Samurai in 2012, I think. 2010 was over here in the States was the Mighty Morphin reboot, essentially. Not really like a reboot, but it was like, oh, we're just going to play old episodes of Mighty Morphin that were slightly cleaned up for the time, because we don't want to adapt another series right after RPM, or is it Overdrive? Whatever the last one was. It was RPM or Overdrive? RPM. So they made a big gap. And then they did Samurai, so then we started getting even more behind. Fun times. And then they were just like, nah, forget that. We're not going to stay on track. We're just going to completely skip around now. And then I think that's where people started to fall off, in my honest opinion. I don't necessarily think it's the merch or the show. I feel like it was the fact that they were pretty faithful to adapting what the current Sentai was, and I'm pretty sure they can adapt anything if they did. Beast Morphers and stuff like, and Ninja Steel. Granted, they weren't like the best ever, but I know some kids, which is like kind of the demographic, that really liked it, and I know some adults who really liked it. Of course, like Tommy and Cat and stuff returned for that, like when they had Robo Rangers and stuff, which is a concept they use a lot of times, but I think it was really well done in Turbo, because I kind of forgot about the Robo Rangers until I watched a video about whenever they, I think Zordon and Alpha made clones of the season 2 cast as like robots, and then they sent them to a different planet to be Robo Rangers there, and then they just completely ignore that concept ever again. And we're like, oh, okay. So, like, why didn't they come help whenever the command center was getting blown up? Plot holes, plot holes. Building the leg. Building the leg is essentially the same as building the arm. You just want to make sure this is facing the right way, but it has a specific orientation that it has to go, so there's not really a way of messing it up per se, but you definitely want it to be facing the right way, and it will tell you that you're wrong whenever I try to do this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I'll do the same thing on both sides. So essentially you want like this thinner portion facing away towards the larger gap in it. I think this could be upside down for all I know, but no, it can't be. There we go. To the lower arm, it's really simple to assemble. Lower leg, nothing goes there. And this is where I messed up. Whoa there. That's way too tight. That's better. Shouldn't squeak. Okay. And we want this. Put it up facing backwards. Right? Now facing backwards? Yeah, it must be smooth. Something about this feels like I'm doing something wrong. How did Oni get back up here? People just be leaving the gate open. I don't think it goes. Yeah, that's right. And then come here. This is the back. This. Yeah. Got it. This. And then this. And then this. Oops. Okay. Ankle. And the foot. This one. Okay. Do the same thing over here. Put that top. Oh, it's too tight. Same with the other one. Too much tension. It would probably shatter if I did it. Okay. Close it up. And get this lined up. This lined up. And this lined up. rotate this and plug, put the thinner part here, rotate this way, and put it in at an angle. Makes it a lot easier. That's what she said. Had to get at least one in there. Alright, and then for the armor on the leg, just want to make sure I put the right armor on the right leg. The left leg is 10 and 11. Left leg is 9 and 12. And we're coming up to the completion side of this, which is pretty fun. Trim this off. Trim this off. Slide that. We're also going to put the kneecaps on. And then we will apply the thigh covers. And we'll fix what I messed up with the helmet, because I was rushing. Okay. Kneecaps. It's 3 and 3, so they are no different than each other. And then 14, 15, 13, 12. Okay, and last two. I'm currently just racking my brain on how I'm going to remove the visor from the helmet that I pushed too far in without damaging anything. That's really all that my head is thinking about right now. I'm kicking myself for rushing. Okay. Kicking myself. Everything, well, except for the knee zip, the knee zip. Definitely make sure you clean up the knee or else it won't stay put. And it's super annoying. Oops. Well, I think I can do it now. It's this way. Plug it in. Doesn't really secure in place, but gets the job done. Wait. Yeah, that's okay. Make sure everything lines up right. No, this is the back. Just feel something was off the way that was set. Get off! Holy crap, I just launched that right at my face. That was fun. the wrong leg, I'm pretty sure. No, it's this one. Here we go. Rotate this first. Wait, what foot is this? Yeah, that's right. So it is going this way, so I was wrong. It's this. No, I was right. It's this. What the? Is this right? Or is it this? What happened to my brain? Okay, this is the front. Whoa there. So happy these don't have stickers, man. I'm telling you, like 100% sold on these as soon as they were like, oh yeah, there's no stickers. Like, heck, yes. I'll build these over and over again. Alright, so just based on how the foot are aligned, should be able to figure out how this goes. This is the back, so this has to be for this leg. Which means that this is the front, so it has to be this one. Okay, and that will kind of hold the kneecap in place. And the same thing here. So get this up front. Yep. Okay, we got the legs done. Legs, arms, everything's done. Just gotta do the helmet. And I just gotta fix what I was doing. Alright. Throw that off to the side. Bring back in the helmet, which is the part that I got stuck on. I put the visor in, and you're supposed to put this part in first because it gives it like that silver outline. And yeah. And I don't know how to go about getting it out. I think I'm gonna use tweezers and try to push it. But probably off camera. So I have a better angle and have less of a chance to mess up. But other than me messing up, it's a straightforward kit. It wraps around. So we should be able to. What is nice is the plastic's kind of flexy, so I can sort of get my tool under there, but I don't want to shatter anything. Everything else is done though. So get that there. Get the tweezers behind this. So if you do what I do, and I'll show you in a second after I successfully do this without breaking anything. There we go. So what I found, if you do what I did, and this gets stuck, do something like a piece of plastic or a sword or something and get it behind it, because they peg in at an angle. Or just don't do what I do and take your time, and it won't happen in the first place. I don't like taking my time sometimes. I want to play. You know what I mean? Also, I want pizza, so I'll get this done as fast as I can, which led to a mistake. But not too bad of a mistake. I was able to remedy it after I gave it a second and didn't get stressed out about it. That's how it's supposed to go. And cap it off. And that's a fun little helmet build right there. I think that is really neat. And it is stylized slightly. So let's get to assembling. Alright, so we got the body. rotate this out of the way, and there's a hole right here. You can slide, but just pop that there. Same thing, pop that there, and you have the legs. Arms can sometimes be a pain. Nope, not on this one. This one popped in. Alright, and now for his head. Boom! And now we have completed our third entry in the Flame Toys model kit series of building, sponsored by Toe Collectibles. So now, before we get into the articulation and such, we'll do some size comparisons, and then I'll check out the articulation before we get into size comparison. I did bring out my ruler this time to kind of try to figure out roughly how tall. He's roughly 5.5 inches, like just shy of 5.5 inches, which means he'll scale well with other older Power Ranger figures from Bandai, including the flip heads and things like that, which is why I think they'll be able to ride the Thunder Bikes and the Shark Cycles and the regular vehicles and just other vehicles in general, because they are just a little bit smaller than what we've been getting recently. So it is smaller already. A 5.5 inch figure is still 1/12 scale, just shy of the 6 inch mark by a little bit. We'll start with the Lightning Collection Remastered Blue Ranger. I painted the soles of this guy's feet, so they'll all be similar, but you can see the difference in the blue and then the difference in height. So this is like a kid in a Halloween costume, or like the Sun, or like whenever occasionally Super Sentai, like, or even Power Rangers, we had Turbo and stuff like that with Kid Rangers, but like legit kids in costumes. So there's how they scale and how they look together. Again, you have some more detail in the belt that this doesn't have, but you do have that pin line across both sides, and you just paint a line to make it match. So there's how they look together, darker blue in comparison to this more. This is like definitely a lighter blue, but I don't hate it. And then here he is with the 2013 SH Figuarts version. So again, not too much shorter, but definitely he's still at least a visor taller. And there you go. And different blue. No panel line on the belt. The buckle looks pretty good, but you don't really get that wash over the animal symbol, but it is thinner and like 10 years old. Okay, and now for the articulation before we compare accessories. His head is on there's a little circular hinge that goes side to side with a ball, and then that is pegged into a double ball peg, so you can look up pretty far. He looks down really, really well. You can look up a little bit higher than how I had it. You can get side to side, and you get a really smooth roll with the neck, something that the Lightning Collection remastered ones don't necessarily get right across multiple releases with a style of neck like this. Coming to the shoulders, these shoulder armor pieces will pop off if you don't glue them down, just to be honest. So you do get a little bit higher than horizontal there. You have your bicep swivel. Of course, the arm does a little bit of a shift down, a shift up, a little bit of a shift back, and a little bit of a shift forward. So you do kind of get a little bit of like a crossbody-ish range without having like full-on butterflies. You have double jointed elbow, which if you trim out a little bit more out of this elbow right here, you'll definitely get more range, but it is still pretty good. It's not the prettiest thing ever, but you do get full range. You have full ball hinge wrist. Oops. These come off and on pretty easy, but not super easy, so you can get up and down. obviously rotation, and then of course you can rotate the hinge whichever way you want to get different angles and such. So it's pretty fun. I'm gonna leave this up so we can do the torso. So we have what is it? So there's a peg that sits in the waist that pegs in here, and then there's a double ball peg up here. They're not huge, and I feel like if they're a little bit larger, you get a little bit more range. And this belt, if it was made of a more pliable material, would less hinder the range. So we'll kind of hold here so I can show you the top. The top is pretty good. You get a little bit side to side on that top by itself without the middle. You go back, you kind of see that cutout, and forward, not the worst. And then if you combine the back, it's really far back, pretty decently far forward. You can get them into some really nice crouch pose. If you get it just right, you can get a little bit more. If you trim some stuff, you would get a lot more. Well, not a lot more, but a few more degrees of range. This does come undone a lot at the seam right here, but you can kind of just rest it if you have a pose that's a little bit too stressful for it. Straight kick, and yeah, that's right, straight kick. Solid straight kick. No drop down, no need for it. You can split stuff and get further range. You have a thigh swivel in here, double jointed. I did it again. The knees are upside down, so that's something that I keep doing. So this is how the knees are built. I followed the instructions to a T. This is as far as the knees go when you build it like the kit shows you're supposed to, right? Well, if you don't listen and you do it opposite, you get a lot more range. So if you flip everything around, you'll get a full double knee. But if you build it exactly how the instructions show you, you get just like a 90-degree bend. And that's annoying. Before we fix that, you get rotation at the foot, and it's a full ball hinge, so you go up and down. You can rotate that to get an ankle pivot, but you don't really need to, because there is a slight hinge that gives you an okay ankle pivot, and then of course you can rotate it and get an even better one. So that's fun to play around with. But that's something that was bothering me, so let's fix it. We'll pop those legs off. It's easier to pop them on than to pop them off. I inadvertently was modding while not paying real attention to what I was actually doing. But I just followed the instructions to the T this time without like really testing things, and that was the result. So we're gonna fix that. Maybe if I can get this split. That's nuts that they unintentionally limited the range of their own figures, or their own model kits. I don't even know if they know. Come apart safely, thank you. It's gonna launch the leg at me again or something. I might, yeah, I have to. That's all right, good. Watch how easy it comes off whenever I'm doing things off camera, though. Not easy. Oh, yeah, much easier. And I broke a piece of my nail. That's fine. Alright, and then we want to get in here. Crack it open. Just do one leg at a time so I don't mess up anything. Down to like his bare skeleton essentially, and come here And what we're gonna do is this is the issue. So there's a blockage at the top of this knee. So there is a double joint, but because of how it's built, it doesn't allow you to use it unless it's this way. And I always thought that was dumb. So what I ended up doing is completely rotating everything, which can be a pain. It's either really easy, I was gonna say it's either really easy or not. Just like that. Getting this out is gonna be a pain for my fingers, which are already hurt from other things that I've been doing. Oh my gosh, that's so tight. Come on. What the heck? Oh my good. Just gonna try to use this instead of killing my hands. Just need a little bit of a gap. Man, my fingers are killing me lately. We're building all these extra model kits on the side. I have to start wearing rubber gloves. There's all these sharp edges preventing me from doing what I want to do. So let's just line up everything. Let me get this detached. So sharp. It really will not separate even with switch sides maybe. This is fun. But these are the things that happen whenever you rush and build things without testing before fully assembling and clicking everything together. And a perfect example. Come on. There we go. Ouch. Okay. So here's this. How do I have it in black? Here's the kneecap. Kneecap is switched. I just take this. Wow, this is already cracked. If I take the kneecap off, yes, it's rotated. So what we want is the kneecap this way, right? No. It is like this. So if it is like this, is it the top of the leg that's the problem? Where's that little extra piece? Should be right up here is where that right here? I don't know what's going on. Has to do with this. But if I have it like this, it gets stuck. So here's that and there's that. This is how we want it. This is the range we want. No, obviously I'm not gonna get that deep. Assemble it back together, it should work. seems like it's working now. I don't know what was going on. And lower leg. Again, double check. There we go. This should not really have an issue. Yeah, that's definitely not getting me that much range. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to look. Like, that's how we're supposed to have the range. It's supposed to be like nice double jointed knee. Not whatever is going on with this. This isn't right. Whatever I just did fixed it. I don't know what I did though, so that's like really confusing. That's weird. Put this back on. Where's your knee? Oh crap. There it is. Hi, Bear. Pizza. I want some pizza too. Alright. Do the same thing over here. I don't really know what's going on with the leg, but something was not right. Because you should have double jointed knees, not single jointed knees. So I think what I'm just gonna do is this. The world will never know. Come on. Yeah, this is what's wrong. This is the wrong way. Great. That off. Come on. Thank you. Rotate. That's what's wrong. And again, let me look at the instructions. Make sure I'm not absolutely out of my mind. So I'm at the knee. No, I'm not out of my mind. They have it like that. I don't understand why though. It's flipped in the instructions. There's no, that's dumb. So in the instructions they have this way. Whereas this is supposed to be, I don't know, whatever. I fixed it. This was just a simple thing. Even though I had to disassemble the whole leg. Okay, slide everything back together. Maybe. This is the, and check. It works. Okay. Double check. There we go. Should have double jointed knees. So now he has double jointed knees. So now his range is better. There we go. Much better. Okay. And now to do a couple comparisons with the lances that he comes with. So here are, I didn't clean these up. What a disappointment. Oh, I didn't clean these up. Again, I did this at the beginning to get them out of the way. Alright, so now we have the power lance. Try to do this better. We have the power lance. They have a nice sheen to them. They're a little bit smaller. Here they are compared with the lightning collection one on the left. So these ones are a lot sharper, even in person. You could essentially, can you? Yeah, you could plug them together. Lightning collection, flame toys, and then SH Figure Arts. This is the SHF, so this looks more similar to it. So that's neat. These are just really fragile in comparison to this. And then for comparison with the Blade Blaster, we'll do the closed version just because that's the one I have for the Lightning Collection. This is the Lightning Collection. And then this one is very thin in comparison. And they have about the same amount of paint on them. But this is a more cherry red. SH Figure Arts one is just fully painted and really nicely detailed, so it's not really a fair comparison, but they are like almost the same thickness. But this one has a lot more detail, whereas this one's very basic. Sorry. And of course he comes with a plethora of hands and a couple different versions of the Blade Blaster, sword, gun, and holstered. The gun has little tabs on the hand. It has tabs on the gun that peg into the hand. And no, don't do it the way I just tried to do it. You want these ones are flexible. They're independent, but still fragile-ish. How did I get this on here last time? I don't know. I'm just gonna slide it in. Just slide it in. Don't be extra cautious because you'll break it. Come on, peg in. It's at a weird angle. Okay, maybe this hand just doesn't want to hold it. Whatever, the gun's supposed to peg in with these little slots in the hand. But are these ones too big on his hand? Or what's going on? I'm not really sure, but he has a gun that he can hold. He can hold his weapons. You have these. I'm pretty sure you could, if you wanted to. You can comfortably have him hold these, but it's mainly, in my opinion, probably for the Blade Blaster just because of how thin it is, and it just kind of fits there really well. If it will cooperate. Nothing's cooperating with me. There we go. And just line up, get the thumb out of here and line up the fingers. Everything's easier off camera. I don't want to break it. Whatever, you can get it in there. Do I have it in there? Yeah, I do. You can get it in there. It's just not happening for me immediately, but you can do it. And to bring in the others that I built so far, here is Black, who made a guest appearance when I was trying to figure out what I did with his knee to make it not what it was whenever I just built Blue the right way. So, okay, so Blue and Black together. Very cool, very articulated. I didn't even trim some of that off. There's still blood on this guy from whenever I cut my finger open building him. And then here he is with the Pink Ranger that we built on Wednesday. It was really fun. And now that I remember, I wanted to mention, besides her articulation being like really good, Besides that, falling off, as I say that, negative points today for you. This is a really pliable material. Granted, you'll get these white cracks, but it's a very flexible material, so she can do a little bit more than the Lightning Collection and the SH Figure Arts can, and I wish this was what the belt was made of. Her skirt's still annoying, and it's always been annoying for like ever. I feel like maybe a soft goods would be like the best way to do her skirt so she can still utilize full range, because she has really good range if she didn't have the skirt. But yeah, they're really fun. She was really fun to put together. I was kind of surprised at how they're all kind of the same size. I think she's like a tiny bit smaller, like literally a tiny bit. Hey, what's going on with your hip, sir? Oh, it's your ankle. But here they are together. They're all leaning because I have their joints all miscombobulated and stuff. But they look really good together. They're a lot of fun. And it's a straightforward build with no stickers. And you can get some really cool poses in them. And you can get them pretty low. I'm going to try to do the pose that I did with black, that I shared with my subscribers. Like this hand. Because you can get them pretty low. Like, it's kind of insane. So I get that arm forward. And so that happens a lot. Again, if it was a soft plastic belt, soft material belt, I don't think we'd have as many issues as we do. Bring the leg forward, bring it back, and that would be the stop. And you get the leg, the foot back. Rotate the arm out. Wow, you can get them pretty low. I don't know exactly how. I spent a lot of time playing with Zach, so I'm not sure exactly how I did it. I'll have to look at the pictures and see how I got everything to get as low as I did. But you still get them pretty low. I think I even cracked the belt a little bit so you could get pretty low, but his articulation's pretty good. You can essentially do all the poses that you want to do, so that's good. It's fun. I definitely recommend them. It's an interesting concept. I don't really think we have solid articulated model kits of the Power Rangers. I know we have some Shoto stuff and things like that, but this is just a lot of fun. Decent spread of accessories, no alternate heads or anything, but you could mix and match the model kits if you want to. You can make a super blue Ranger with the Black Ranger since they share the same body. Mix and match, what have you. But definitely check them out. I'm gonna make a full review once I have everybody together. Is this how I did it? I think so. Yeah, this is how I did it. You can get him, it's not super clean yet, but you can get him quite low. Let's get that. And then just kind of rotate the ankle There you go. I mean, you can get this guy pretty low into like a really nice crouching pose. Let's try to do the same thing with the Lightning Collection Blue Ranger. With this pinless joints and the drop down and the reverse ab crunch that doesn't ab crunch forward, it just ab crunches backwards because it's reversed. And you crack the torso kinda whenever you're doing this. Jesus, did I ever articulate this guy? Oh my goodness, very, very stiff. If that's something that you like, it is there. So like this, get this arm up. The butterfly joints on the Lightning Collection are very exaggerated, but they give you a lot of extra range. Got the helmet. Bring the arm in. Come on, sir. You gotta get lower than that. Let's get him in there. You just can't look up as far. This is kind of it. You just can't lift his head up because of how it's oriented. But you can get him pretty low too, but it's not, as you can see, it's just not. Like his head looks down no matter what, because they didn't do the double ball peg right. There's no range because this is supposed to have a double, and this should be like down here, and the smaller one should be up here, so you get all the range. But it's not that. There's like a handful of these figures that do it right. But yeah, as you can see, it can be done. Just doesn't look as dope as this, in my opinion. And then we'll try it with the SH figure art, which I will be gentle with because he's very old. Oh man, that kick is nice. Look at that high kick. I forgot about this. I brought it up with I think Pink maybe. Like, look at that high kick. That's crazy. Let's look at his high kick. Years later, like almost 10 years later, here's the drop down. Here's his high kick. Whose kick is higher? But yeah, so the knee joint isn't great though because there's not a lot of range and the proportions are strange. But we're gonna look past those things and show you how no forward there is on these. So if you don't, you can still get them like super low though. Look at that. You can kind of look up. Oh man, yeah, no, I'm proving it to you. I mean, if you took a lot more time, it could be a lot cleaner, but I mean, I did that really fast in comparison to the Lightning Collection and stuff. He can go really low too, but he looks hilarious. It's not as fluid. It's not as fluid at all. He looks hilarious. He looks ridiculous, okay? But he can sort of do it, just not gracefully. But he gets a pass because he's 10 years older than everybody else who I've just featured. And now, for the final portion of this video, the drop test. How many things come apart whenever we drop the Blue Ranger from the sky? This started with the Pink Ranger, and I meant to do it with Black, but we did them both at once towards the end of that video. So definitely check that out. It's also a shorter live stream. The longest one is Black Rangers because I made a ton of mistakes. There is a Dino Megazord model kit for these in particular, like this style. It's sold out a bunch. I'm gonna try to find it on Amazon or something, but it's really cool. I think it has diecast in it, and it's a very nice looking Dino Megazord. And then they have a black variant, which is up for pre-order. You can get it on Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth. It may have sold out on Toy Collectibles, but that's where I would check first, and then Entertainment Earth because I know they have it, and then Big Bad Toy Store just based on how I looked at them. But yeah, this is a really nice pose, and it's a model kit, and it gets deeper than the Lightning Collection and the SH figure art figure, which that's kind of embarrassing in my opinion. And I think that's kind of why I like the Lightning Collection as a collection, but as like individuals, I'm like I can pick them apart essentially, but I won't. It's dead. The line's dead. I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, I didn't really complain anyway, but it would have been nice to at least have finished out teams that they started. And that's something that I would say the same for, that was at Bandai whenever they did the Legacy line and stuff like that. So sometimes lines die, it happens, and we just don't get the complete thing, and we wish we did, and that is fine. Alright, so now I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to stand up on my chair. He's going to get a double height drop. This table took up more space. So now I'm standing on, I'll reprove it. I'll prove that I'm standing. See, I'm standing on my chair, so we're way up here. These are my favorite pants, because it's super comfy, and we're going to drop from here. In 3, 2, 1. We'll do it again. And we'll do it again. We'll do it one